Welcome to Talk with Bajaj podcast series, yet another wonderful episode. Today we have with us a wonderful guest, TEDx speaker, Nitika Didwania. She's a graphologist, counselor, master NLP practitioner, TEDx speaker, author of the book Manifest Your Dreams. Welcome, Nitika.
Thank you, Shweta. That was very warm. Thank you for the invitation. And yes, I look forward to a great value add session.
Thank you so much, Nitika, for accepting our invite and coming on this podcast platform. And I would love to know more about you. So, yes, over to you. Tell what is your story?
At the moment, if you ask me, I feel I have a lot of stories to say. How it all started. It was just something that I had started learning graphology or started helping out people just out of passion. And I did not know how it will lead me here today. But the process has been wonderful. How it all started. It started with helping children. I initially started working with children, and when I saw that the major help that they require is in the mental space. If the rapport building is done well, if I build a connection with them, and then I'm able to handhold them, I'm able to, I can say, fine tune them into getting results. This was the basic strategy that I have applied, I can say, everywhere, whichever client I deal with, and success comes very easy. Their goals, etc. Comes very easy. Formation of those goals, application of knowledge. Because to be very honest, knowledge is available, or I can say content is available everywhere. You just Google a thing and you will get a lot of information. But what about the application thing? How about that, after learning so much of it, how do you apply that knowledge in your day-to-day life? Because once that course or once that event is over, generally life takes over. For example, a Monday morning, and then you are back to life. And life would be, again paying those bills. For example, if we stay in Mumbai, that traffic again, those rains again, how do you deal with such things? Because the knowledge is one thing. Okay, now what I do is simplify your lifestyle by making certain changes which you will adapt in life, in your regular life. Small changes, they are so minute. Like, if I give you an example, an addition or a deletion of a dot, and that will bring a major change. So when I personally changed, I can say transformed my life from somewhere to today, I started preaching it with confidence, and I think that built I can say trust level easier with my clients, because they were able to see my journey, and then yes, life goes on.
Amazing. I mean, I can see you as a great speaker, TEDx speaker, and you also as an author and graphologist, helping people with their handwriting, with their signature. It's a wonderful skill. I would love to know. So, like today's topic itself is lead with handwriting. And people are, I mean, forgetting handwriting. So, what's your opinion on this? What's your perspective? Like, why handwriting? I mean, everything is digital.
Yeah, so how much ever we are going ahead with technology and new sciences and all, the same way we are also connecting back to basics. The first time ever that I saw that Starbucks has started selling turmeric latte, and I remembered my grandmother's haldi doodh. And I thought, and I saw that, oh, everything is going back to basics. So similarly, I will say, why not, if there is therapy possible with simple tools like pen and paper, simple things, if you can change your mindset when you start writing, when you start journaling, when you make it a daily habit, and you see differences in your life, it is better than any medicine or any tough therapy sessions there. You just have to sit with yourself with a pen and paper and get things done. This fascinated me. Again, I will say how the world is progressing. The same way we are connecting back to our roots, earthen pots. We have so many examples that how this is happening. In fact, my TEDx talk was also on the same topic, that in the world that types, start writing again. Okay, how small sticky notes, how those heartfelt letters from your children, etc. You will still keep them, and you will not keep a forward. For example, now if as soon as I say Teachers' Day will come, all the teachers, we will see messages where they have got small letters or sticky notes from the children. But similarly, the notes that they get or forwards that they get on WhatsApp and emails, that possibly next year you ask them and they'll be like, yeah, honge kahin in the chat. And they don't have it. So it's very lost. But yes, this has a heart-to-heart connection. So this is one more thing which helps me. And moreover, it is easy available. Even if somebody is on a 24-hour flight, or I will say in some other country, pen and paper is very easily available, and I will say almost like free of cost. So it does not cost you a lot on your pocket also to get your help required done. Right.
Totally agree here. Like I can see people usually send letters before, and even if there is a five-star hotel, they have a pad and a pencil. I mean, with a letterhead of theirs. It's there. I mean, totally understand that. So, like, how handwriting reflects mindset and confidence. So, what do you think about it?
So see, let me, just clear your thoughts on this. Everybody of us, I have told this multiple times, I will say it again. All of us in schools are still taught the same letters. All of us, I can say from generations, the letter A has always been the letter A. Two slanting lines and one sleeping line is the letter A. Now, in every school, every book, it is the same thing. Nowhere this pattern is called B or C. Okay, it is A. So if this is the case, then all of us who were taught like this, we should be having the same handwriting. But it is not so. Everybody, I will say every two people you meet and they will have some different writing. Even in a group of 100 people or 1,000 people, you won't find similar handwriting. Because our brain writes, our hand is a medium to write. So reflection of your personality, your behavior, your nature, your success, growth, confidence, I will say relationships and everything can come very easily understood through your handwriting. How your handwriting is, it is actually a drawing that you have made on paper.
Right.
It is a type of a pattern. Now that pattern will reflect in your life, in your patterns. Your handwriting, for example, I've had cases where your handwriting would say if you're an early person, early riser, if you are a laid back person, if you like to have the spaces, I can give away here. If you have a lot of spaces between your words, it would mean that you would like to be with your own thoughts. If you have a lot of cramped words, it would mean you want a lot of people around you. Then if you have a lot of lines, spaces between the lines, it would mean something. If there are a lot of lines on a paper, if there are lesser lines, there are more than 16 modalities. What you can understand through letters in the writing. If I tell you to write a paragraph.
Right.
And it will reflect almost everything about you. How are you as a person? How do you think? How do you think of life circumstances? How do you take up challenges? And more of it. So that is how it goes, and it comes very easy. So
Yes.
that is what drives me, because moreover, every sample that I will get on paper, it will be something different, right? It will not be what I have already seen.
Yeah, I totally agree with you here that every handwriting, every signature is different. We all have learned same alphabet, phonetics, and still unique personality type, we can reflect through handwriting, amazingly defined. So like some people have a surprising fears, like you mentioned, dots, space, it tells us like whether you are early riser, whether you are late, person. So like, can you tell what surprising fears expressed through handwriting?
Okay. For example, the first thing what I see or what I understand through writing is, does this person have a self-sabotaging habit? Now, what does that mean? Is, do you talk negative about your own self? Okay. It would means if I will tell you, Shweta, come at 5 o'clock, you will be like, Nitika, I am very lazy. I can't come. Okay. Now, this can be seen very easily in a handwriting that this person is having self-sabotaging habit, that they talk negative about their own self. I am lazy. I can never do it. I don't know how to handle my expenses. Every problem will come to me only. Saying this only, I've started feeling what is going on. Everything is good. But if we see, this is how we rewire our brain by saying these things, and these things will reflect on paper. Now, what handwriting can do is, it can, I can say, subconsciously rewire it. when you write, you are sitting with your own self. I will say, if you've had a difficult conversation with somebody and you want to answer back, what you should do is first write it on a paper. And then when you will talk, you will feel half of the problem is gone. Because in that impulse, you keep on saying so many things. But as soon as you have written down, you have filtered. You will feel this is not required also. Why should I talk this? And there would be certain things where you will feel that this is the important point that I want to portray. Okay, so these things I see a lot in handwritings. Then I also see confidence, as I just said, self-sabotaging habits. Then I also see that they would feel, even if some problems would come, they would feel the end of it. And they would call, for example, people call, if they are sad, it's very easy, nowadays they will say, oh, I'm depressed. Do you know the weightage of the word depressed? Why are you using? Okay, so tags, labels, all of this can be very easily understood through handwriting, and reversal of this is also possible and easy because it is pen on paper. I just have to tell them, take a pen and a paper and write this and draw this pattern. I will send them a video, okay, and of a pattern, graphotherapy pattern, and it can easily solve their problem. Yes, so this is very easy that I can see people talk negative about their own selves.
Totally agree. I think lots of fears out there. I mean, self-sabotage, overthinking, anxiety, procrastination. I mean, lots of things are going on. And if when we write it down, we put our emotions out there, and it's like reflect. Even like you mentioned, graphotherapy, like how the patterns people are making, we find out. So, like here, what should people note to? Like, for example, if I am writing like this way, you should avoid that. So in that context, any three parameters which you want to suggest, like, okay, these three things you should avoid during your handwriting, or like that.
Okay, so the first thing I can say is, if your handwriting or your signature should be clear. Okay, when I say clear, that means an unknown person, like a stranger, should be able to read what you have written. Okay, that is one giveaway which I can say, it is very important. And because that is clarity, this will also help, because what you are thinking, you are able to express. This simply says, if a person does not have a lot of clarity in his handwriting, for example, when we say doctor's handwriting and we say, oh, doctor's handwriting is very bad. Now, firstly, there is no good, bad, right, wrong. Okay, if a doctor's handwriting is bad, it simply means that that person has a lot of knowledge and the thinking goes way beyond the talking. Now, when that will happen, it will done fast because it is scribbles. And then we say it bad handwriting. Okay, so clarity. So I've also met doctors who have very beautiful handwriting. It just means that they are sorted here in the head. Okay.
Right.
Okay, this is one thing which I will say. Then if you ask me second thing, I will say a signature, especially a signature, should be somewhere going upwards. You should see to it that it doesn't go down. Okay, when you sign, you should think your signature is on a graph paper. Okay, and it should go upwards. Okay, like a graph going up. For example, if we say success graph of the company, how it should go up?
Right.
Like your signature should be approximately 25 degrees going up, 25 to 30 degrees, because even if for a company, we will say this is a minimum growth scale that we see. Okay, so this is one thing. Then if you ask me one more thing, I can also say there should be, you should, now this is very new, you would be hearing. There is also a technique on how you should cancel your mistakes. Suppose if you have written a sentence, I am a girl, you have to write this. And by mistake, you write two A's. So you write, I am a girl. And now you want to cancel one letter. How you cancel it will say a lot about you. Are you like scribbling and canceling it? Are you just making one stroke? Or how you're doing it? If on a paper, if you can see a lot of mistakes, a person is scribbling and canceling, it would say that how that person is hiding his mistakes of some region of the past. So this is something new that I have shared today here on the screen. And it is a very powerful way of knowing that these things exist, that people do find or think that making mistakes is a sin. It is not a sin, it is just human. We all are humans here. And to break the myth, even we or yeah, I'm sure, everybody is allowed to make mistakes. We are human. We are not here on becoming any supernatural power that we can't make mistakes. It is all right. It is just that how you feel about your mistakes, which can be seen on paper. Yes.
Totally understand that. And yeah, it's very insightful though, what you have shared, that how people scratch, how people scribble also tell about their mindset, their mind clarity. I recall one incident, like when we are in school days, we cross our first page. Some students, or some students, like when the ma'am say no, this is not the right, so they scribble it up, not the right manner. So I think you are saying like that, right? I think
Yes,
that
yes,
also indicate.
yes, yes.
Yeah, Nick,
So they don't like
yes.
they don't like being told that don't do this, and that is why they will go on to scribbling, and that reflects on their personality.
Oh my. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. This is an insight. Every parent should know. Every teacher should know. So,
Yeah, I will also say teachers should also know. So I am
right.
recently, I think I can just say on 5th of September now, I've been invited to one school. Okay,
Mhm.
I will, you can follow me to know more.
Yeah.
But yes, so I've been invited to one school where the trust people said that they want a session for the teachers.
Huh.
See, it is, the teachers are trying to portray or teach children a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
What about what are they doing? Because the children generally follow and observe the teachers rather than only hearing what the teacher is trying to teach them.
Yes.
If they see a teacher doing a certain, I can say, a habit or
Mm.
a certain mannerism, the children will also attract that and copy that.
Right.
Now, to make the teacher's life, I can say, impressive or inspiring, the trust wanted that why don't I do a session with the teachers for Teachers Day, which when I heard about it, I was so amazed that how people have started thinking of people on a whole and started doing this inclusive, that yes, the teachers are also very important, because every school will only think about students, they will think about fees, and see, it is a commercial world, right?
Right.
People will want to scale up and all, but when we see people taking initiatives like this for the society in whole.
Huh?
Okay, for elders, I have recently got opportunities for women, for corporate employees, and a lot of people where I have started seeing a group of people interested in knowing about themselves. So
Right.
my program or my talk, Decode Your Own Signature,
Right.
this goes on a very far way in this,
Mm-hmm.
that
Great.
people are able to understand their own selves, and they're able to understand that how simple changes in their signature or simple changes in their patterns can help them come out of the challenges that they are facing.
Right. It's so true.
Yes, yes.
Yes, I think when you mention schools, teachers, like they should know how to improve their handwriting. And I think teams as well. I mean, as you mentioned, working professionals, corporate teams, they should know how people are writing and what their strokes tell about, so that a leader can lead a well. So, what highlights a good leader, or what highlights how we can improve executive presence in a team if we say about handwriting, with the help of handwriting?
So when you say with the help of the handwriting, it is what I can suggest is that we do sessions where we align the company employees to the goals of the company. So alignment, when when the leader and the team have a same vision.
Right.
Okay, you will see that how everybody is going together. So
Mhm.
giving them a certain pattern, firstly for their benefit,
Right.
which also involves the benefit of the company. Okay, if the company, see, who is a leader, a person who will I can say represent the team.
Right.
Okay, so how the team is, the leader is the representative. Now the well-being of the team is also the responsibility of the leader, as well as the leader has I can say a duty or a responsibility to update them and take care of them, motivate them, understand them.
Right.
Now with handwriting it comes very easy, because I can say a certain type of a pattern, a certain type of a motivation message. Because generally if I tell you to say ki Shweta, from today start saying, I'm just giving you an example, okay? Start saying, I am very confident, which you already are, by the way, but
Right.
still, if I say that you are very confident, somewhere inside the voice will come, but where we are.
Hmm.
कितना प्रॉब्लम है, कितनी सारी तकलीफ है, ऑल दीज complaints will start coming
Hmm.
from inside. But when I give you a graphotherapy pattern for a group of people to do it the same way,
Right.
automatically the alignment is there, the rapport is built, right? And you being a NLP person, you will be agreeing with me when I say that we can build rapports on subconscious level.
Hmm.
Now, building rapports on subconscious level, imagine with a tool like a pen and paper, that everybody is going to draw the same thing, everybody is going to make the same pattern, and you will say they talk same, they think same, they behave same, and they have the same goal. They all want the company to grow.
Hmm.
They all work with each other. They all understand each other. Yes. So
Yeah.
this is how it happens.
It's a like light blowing. I mean, you can say when everyone is targeting to achieve a goal and everyone is drawing some same thing. It's like it's a wonderful
Yes.
thing. Alignment
Yes.
of vision.
Yes.
And it's in the same manner. If we say a woman, okay, and woman and a child, okay. If we say alignment of their relationships, okay, do handwriting can tell us something about that, about relationship perspective?
Oh, definitely. We do a lot of sessions with couples, with the basic. When I learned, I was amazed at what we have to do. We can build a rapport between the mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law. We can understand how will their relationship be, how do they sign, and why are their thoughts aligned or
Hmm.
why are their thoughts apart.
Right.
Okay. So two friends, two business partners, the mother and the child, two sisters,
Right.
anybody, two brothers, business partners. As I said, any two people, we
Huh.
can understand what will be their rapport. And we have also seen uh, when partners come to us and say that, Nitika, we have had a partnership from 40 years. And
Right.
when I see their signatures, and I can smile and say that I know why. Because either it will be opposites attract,
Hmm.
that they have very different signatures and that is why they join, or
Right.
it will be how we say like-minded people, birds of the same feather flock together, so they will be exactly having the same thoughts and that is why they are. I
Right.
can see their handwriting and their signature and know where they are. So this also helps in conflict management.
Hmm.
Suppose if two people are fighting, okay, I can know or I can help them that how start writing this way and you will see it gets better, provided they want their fight to end. Many people have started living in that happiness and they get pleasure out of that pain. But we see that if they want to get out of it, handwriting will very easily help and get it over. So
Yeah.
it does help in two people together because again, it is we were all taught the same letters, so we should be writing same and we should be thinking same, but it does not happen.
Yeah. It's a great analogy, I can say, where we can, build a strong relationships, not in teams, not in schools. It's about families as well, relationships, where whenever we have a struggle, whenever we have a conflict, we can write it down, our thoughts out there. And yes, it's like, yeah, someone messaged, thought you shared about business partnership resonates so much. It's so
Yes.
true. Now I have one question for you is, for example, visualize Nitika, the smaller version, your younger self, and now the
Okay.
Nitika. So you have a two version out there. So you maybe see the change in your handwriting, you have seen change in their signature level. So what you can see, what advice you want to give to your smaller version of Nitika?
Oh, I can say my younger version of myself only. I can tell her that always believe in yourself. Okay. There was a time in life where I started this self doubt and I would feel, what am I doing? Is it right? Is it going the right way? See, I come from a family where we have always been a lot of people and we believe in helping people. We believe in the bond. We believe in relationships to some extent, which is unbelievable. Okay. And there was a point in time in life where I started doubting, is it also worthy enough? Is it, should I give it so much time and should I believe in it? And now I can say, I wish that younger Nitika knew that it is all the hard work. It is all the smart work. It is like I proudly say I am Nitika 2.0 today. where Nitika has been, the soil has been sown and the seed is buried there, and then there is a sprout today with years of nurturing.
Yeah.
Okay, the air, soil, water, the sun, all of it. So it has been I can say, a good pleasurable journey
Yeah.
where the sprout has come today. And recently when I published the book, I had tears in my eyes thinking that the entire journey takes such a nice turn. And I can proudly say that yes, whatever a person goes through, you will have a choice whether you want to make it big with that, or you can think of, oh, the challenge has come and now there is no looking back types. Okay, so
I
you
totally.
you will always have a choice. So yes, believe in yourself.
I loved it. I mean, yes, I think Nitika's smaller version is proud of you because you have achieved a lot. And, as a book or published author, as a speaker, where, every girl, everyone from childhood know that, yes, I have some dreams. I need to fulfill it. I need to do something. I believe that these sides about handwriting, about the strokes, um like with pen, with pencil, when we do it, a person visualizing a person who don't know how to write, because before writing I believe we have learned symbols, right? So what is your experience in this? What you want to share? Any three habits which we can use, which we can do to improve our handwriting? Any three habits a person should regular do?
The first thing what I will say is a person should do is firstly write. Hold the pen properly. Okay, the posture, the way the person is holding the pen, all this is important. So a person writing is extremely important. The second thing, if you want to improve your handwriting, I can say go back to basics. Take a 4-line book, the red and blue line book that we use in nurseries and for children. Take that book, grab it, start writing as simple as A to Z every day. Okay, A to Z, the letters, the entire alphabet, 26 letters.
Yeah.
Start writing it properly, seeing to it that every letter is formed well, and you will start seeing a difference. This is what going back to basics is, what we have done. And if you want to go a step further, you can start making some patterns. I can help you with what exactly is going on in your life and how you should, I can say, improve that, help come out of challenges, and go ahead.
Amazing. So, Nitika, I want to know more about your book. Like you have recently published your book. So people want to know what is this book about. So if someone is looking forward to invest in this book and know more, about manifesting your dream, what it is.
So, this book idea came from a time when there were two people wanting my time at the same time. And because I am one, and I thought, why not make something or write down something so that people can can use when they require help. So, the book idea came into place. And it is a self help book. Reading it, following it, you can get a lot of things that you think about.
Right.
So the book idea came, and then it was a journey where I wrote the book. There were times when my mom, there were times when my accountability partner, my team helped me a lot when I would feel a certain things that so many words how to write, etc. But these people kept me going. My clients, all of them actually were motivating me to accomplish that. And then I released an ebook first.
Right.
So when the book was released, I wanted to know that how is the response.
Mhm.
And in 36 hours of the release, the book went on to become Amazon bestseller in two categories, which is very rare. Not people don't even become the bestseller in one. And my book was there in two categories as a bestseller, which was way beyond my expectations. And I felt, oh, this is what life is giving me back. Okay, with all the hard work that I have done. And when that happened, it was an immediate decision that let us make it a paperback version also.
Yeah.
And good book launch and publish it better. For people to read. So then this happened that in Mumbai, Oberoi Mall, I did the book launch. And then it was in a Sunday morning time.
Yeah.
And when that, I remember the team asking me, Nitika, what time should we do the book launch? And I said, oh, I have manifested all my life at 11:11. So why not choose the same time to launch this book? And yes, I can say this is my third child. I have two daughters, and the book is very proudly mine. And when I will be asked that when did it launch, it was at 11 on 13th of July this year. And yes, it is a very good feeling holding that book. Many times I have read my own book in the night and seen how and remembered each and every word. And you should read the book. It is written in a very simple language. That is why the age bracket of that book is also 10 plus years, that my younger daughter. So when we were talking about my younger self and what message should I give,
Yeah.
or what I can see my two daughters, okay, almost believing in, and I can talk to my younger self every day. When I talk to them, I feel I can reassure them with these things and tell
Yeah.
them that believe in yourself and go ahead and have a great life. So yes, the book is written in a very easy language for people to read and understand. So that is how the entire journey about the book is, and this is a legacy now. Even yesterday I got some, I can say, Roy, when I get it is launched in 15 countries now. This book is available in 15 countries. You can order anywhere,
Hmm.
and you can get a paperback version. And when this happens, so when I get the royalty out of it and the thing, it feels more proud that how simple things, and see, it is a small amount. So the amount doesn't matter. The feeling behind it is a very nice thing. And yes, this is how I think becoming an author was one of the dreams accomplished and a tick mark on the vision board that this is done.
Yeah, absolutely. I do totally relate, and yeah, it's like that only. And your journey, it's a inspiration for many people and younger
Yeah.
children. Yes, your daughter was inspired by you, and God grace, and bringing more dreams to come true. It's like
Correct.
manifestation. Now,
Yeah.
I want to know from you, like everyone here, Ashok ji, Manjula ji, and everyone who is listening, how can they reach out to you if they want to learn more about handwriting, graphology, graphotherapy? So, what is the way to reach out to you?
Okay. See, it is, so firstly, I would want to say I am extremely approachable. Okay. You Google my name, Nitika Didwania. It has to be the right spelling.
Yeah.
Nitika, that is my name. And as soon as you Google my name, you will see a lot of information about me, which is easily there. In fact, many places on YouTube. Recently, I got this person who had messaged me from Calcutta who said that he found my number on YouTube.
Mm.
Okay. And he was surprised to know that how, because people have this mindset thinking or a feeling that people who are there out on the social media will not talk back to them, will not help them. We are just here making videos, and
Yeah.
we are just here on podcasts, etc., and we are not approachable. But that is not the case with me. You
Mm.
can easily contact me. Also, my website, my email, I respond to it almost every time. I have a team on my LinkedIn, etc., how they reach out if there is any query. So you can reach out for anything that you feel. Also, a lot of opportunities I have got through these links.
Mm.
And yes, it is easy there. On my book, there is everything mentioned, my TED Talk, everything has details about me, and it is easy approachable.
Thank you so much, Nitika. And yes, Ashok ji, Manjula ji, if you have any questions, you can unmute yourself. It's an open platform now for Q&A. So if you have any questions for handwriting, I'm seeing Manjula ji camera is on if you are listening. Ashok ji, and your message is really appreciative about business, and handwriting, how you have shared. So any
So
questions from your side?
mom there. She's my mom there. Okay,
Oh,
watching it. Yes. So Manjula is my mom. She's been the biggest support of my life. So
oh my, really, it's like a heart-touching moment. I really, yeah, Ashok, you don't have
she's my
questions. Yes. So I really appreciate you, Nitika. I'm looking forward to do more such webinars with you on handwriting, on different NLP topics, and wherever we can contribute and add value.
done. Thank you. I'm very grateful for you for giving me this opportunity. It makes me feel very valued, and I'm looking forward to more such collaborations with you. And let's see how we can grow it together. Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Nitika, for accepting this request and for this wonderful podcast. So, so grateful.
Thank you.
Thank you.